Does Trump really like Xi Jinping? That's a nice question. I'm sure I'm definitely the first one to talk about this question seriously after watching a bunch of videos Trump show his good words about Xi.
President Xi, who is a strong man, I call him king. He said, but I am not king, I am president. I said, no, you're president for life, and therefore you're king. He said, I like China.
I guess I must get nuts. Well, to be honest, it's also a tough question because like this word has multiple angles to describe no matter physically or mentally. But firstly, I'm sure Trump never liked Xi Jinping for any physiological reasons because Trump is the one who often shows his hostility and attack on LGBT community from different occasions. So we can easily exclude this impossible guess. However, from mental or spiritual angle, is there any possibility that Trump really likes Xi? I think so, and probably absolutely. And that's what we're gonna figure out today. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm your brother from another mother, Max, and today let's talk about this funny topic, Trump's hypocritical but true love with Xi Jinping. First thing first, we gotta know Trump said good words about Xi for not just one time. Since his presidency, he's already shown how much he respects and loves Xi many times and also on China. But we know as politicians, when they praise or give positive evaluation, especially in front of camera, is always with the complicated ideas like attacking their political rivals or promoting their points. So what they say doesn't represent what they truly want. But Trump is an exception. For most American politicians, praising a rival leader like Xi or Putin, who comes from such a far land which they usually call dictatorship, is absolutely unacceptable on their public performance. But we can say Trump doesn't care. But surely he can praise Xi Jinping today and the next day he turns to blame fiercely. So I feel like after taking so many years torture from Donald Trump, nobody would be surprised about any crazy words from this guy's mouth.
The Chinese virus.
But it's still interesting to analyze his words because he doesn't just represent himself, but a bunch of senior officers in America who have strength to affect any corner of this world in the future. And in fact, many Republicans have been hugely Trumpized, which would be more serious in America. And about this huge topic, I think we can talk later if you love. Okay, back to what we talked today. I think starting from both of their backgrounds and doing comparison is a good way to figure out the reason why Trump likes his Chinese brother from another mother so much. And let's go. We know Trump's family is new money in New York, which has been in America since 19th century. And of course, he's the one who grown up without any concern of money in a real estate developer family. And his father also helped him a lot for his future business success. For Xi, he's from a revolutionary legends family as the first generation of the new republic governors. Of course, he can't compare with Trump's family on wealth because at the time, anything with the capitalism like huge personal wealth was forbidden in China. However, his family has more power and huge political influence than Trump's, which made Xi got a sense of a mission since his childhood, and his family in Beijing made sure he never worried about starving or natural disaster like other kids at the time. Therefore, it made them both have the kind of sense of elite, which built their confident personality looking forward to making difference in their future lives. Firstly, they both got elite education with a huge effort from their family. Trump was sent to New York Military Academy by his father when he was 13, and later Wharton School, which asked over $14,000 tuition every year right now. Well, I think it's definitely not set up for regular family. Even if Donald Trump never confessed his father's help for his education, his early education is very typically wealthy family mode. Well, by the way, interestingly, Trump's middle school was bankrupt in 2015 and finally bought by a Chinese businessman. And Xi, his education was full of socialism elite style. Back in the days, his elementary and middle school in Beijing only recruited children from top leader families of the Communist Party. And regular people have no way to be there, which feels like an isolated kingdom. Even though he didn't go to high school because of Cultural Revolution and spent years in countryside, but finally, he went to Tsinghua University, which is like Chinese MIT, by Communist Party's recommendation letter, not examination. So they both enjoy the best education resource of their whole countries, and the way they got are also kind of similar, by their family but not their hard work. When we view Trump's ex-wife, they all have similar entertaining career like model, actress, or television host, this kind of social celebrity. Xi's first wife is from a top leader's family, but they quickly divorced, and his second wife and also current first lady is Chinese well-known singer. Hilariously, according to Chinese official promotion, the first question when she met up with the second wife for the first time was how many ways to sing vocal music, which made this lady instantly obsessed with this future leader. So they both have divorce history, and I mean maybe at the Mar-a-Lago, they both have some common talks on this entertainment part. Okay, I'm just kidding, and I can't imagine what it would be like when they really talk about this stuff. Both of them got the presidency, and before they went to power, they both had a splendid career. For Donald Trump, he's been famous for his real estate investment in America and huge influence on entertainment business. He experienced the commercial crisis, but it didn't stop his future success. And as a businessman, he prefers the way of deciding everything himself, which is different from those senators or governors. And it was really obvious from what he did during his presidency. But honestly, he got the talent on how to promote himself with attractive eloquence and self-marketing, which helped his later presidential campaign a lot. You know, sometimes people don't care too much about what the truth you talk, but your interesting public image. That's also the reason why he was able to go to the White House as an outsider. For Xi Jinping, he experienced loss too. When he was in Fujian province in the 1980s, he once lost the election of entering local parliament because of interference by local officials. Well, probably this nightmare is one of the reasons he doesn't like any election with no prediction, and he want to make sure it could be under control with the no against the vote. Well, anyway, he's been wandering there for years without any huge achievement, but later he did nice jobs in other places and finally went to Beijing. Okay, I think after comparison, you can find out they both have a similar background like elite family, education, competitive career, and more importantly, prefer deciding themselves. Surely, just analyzing their background can't be a reason to prove if Trump really likes Xi. And here, the conflict between them is another important reason too. First of all, when you read many praise on China or Xi Jinping, no matter from Donald Trump or Republicans, especially Fox News, their major intention is to blame and attack Democratic Party, and what Xi Jinping did doesn't really matter. The matter is to prove like, we're right and you gotta trust me, cause Democrats is destroying the US. And in recent years, as China quickly rising, which made many American people feel scared, it's already been a nice way to prove others fall, like social movement or minority. Trump doesn't have to prove every mistake from the Democratic, but just one thing wrong, which is enough to convince his followers, like Chinese have higher efficiency than America on infrastructure construction. So showing his love to Xi Jinping can't make him lose, but instead make his fans believe him more. Secondly, we have to talk about his conflict with Xi Jinping. In fact, the real battle like trade war was actually happening in 2018, and before that, in 2 years, Xi Jinping's already talked with Trump and visited the United States 4 times, like buying more American beans or meeting at Mar-a-Lago, showing his intention of no conflict with America, which is totally different from right now. Well, for Biden, he just met up with Xi only one time on an international conference since 2020. At the time, Trump always boasted to his supporters like China showed weakness to him and he can't promote his image as a strawman. However, conflict still happened, and after 3 years trade war, China didn't fall down even if they experienced strict technology sanctions like Huawei. And they even have more trade quantity with America, which really surprised Trump. And this made Donald Trump realize Xi Jinping is such a tough guy. Basically, if we look at some performance Trump used to do, we can find out he's the type of guy who prefers respect your strength and toughness. If you are a superpower, he challenges you with respect, but he would definitely look down upon you if you are too weak. And he gonna even humiliate you if you finally fail.
He died like a dog. He died like a coward.
Well, it also do represent the attitude of many right wings in America. But compared to others, Trump will more obviously show that with no care. Last but not least, I feel like he's kinda jealous of Xi Jinping, which is a bit different from like. According to my analysis, we know Trump worships superpower and tough guys. When he finds Xi doesn't have any pressure of media or opposition party, and right now, even no pressure of presidential term, he will naturally be jealous because he was swept out from the White House just being there for 4 years. For Xi Jinping, he can focus on his reform, promote his Silk Road strategy for years, and even made mistakes for COVID-19 lockdown, he's still in power. But Trump was not that lucky, and his terrible performance quickly led more people to be forced to kick him down in 2020. Well, he probably complained like, "It's good to be president of China," when he was alone. But one thing Trump has no idea is that if he were in China, he would absolutely have no chance to perform in public, and being shut out or even quietly disappear from media is the final ending of his story. Moreover, imagine one day being president. It's just a daydream. And by the way, I'm very sure he can't even handle a small city in China by his terrible political ability. Okay, it's time to do a conclusion for this question. I can't say Trump truly likes Xi Jinping, but I'm sure he must kind of respect and be jealous of him. No matter because of the domestic political game or his personal attempt, Trump will not stop doing this, and he would not be the only one too. I'm sure more Republicans would love to imitate that, just like how they were Trumpized. But it doesn't make any sense, cause this little trick can't help them fixing American domestic issues, and only American politicians themselves can do. Anyway, I feel like maybe in Trump's dream, he once dreamed he became Xi Jinping, standing on the gate, enjoying a grand military parade and a crown, just like what he once imitated in Washington, D.C. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully subscribe, ring the bell, and leave some comments if you like. See you next time.